So I am a lifelong lover of the arts. This passion goes back to the time when I was a young child. My parents were both born in the Jim Crow South, and when they moved to Chicago, they were both educators. When they moved to Chicago, they imbued in their children the notion of preparedness. Cultural literacy was one aspect of that preparedness, and there was no blueprint for what we all should be prepared for. Everyone just knew there was a different day coming, and they, I think, had the notion that if you had these various literacies, including cultural literacy and a deep dedication to education, that somehow you'd come out better in the long run. And I'm very grateful to that perspective. So I am a poster child for early childhood education. I went to museums weekly from the time as early as I could remember. And the benefit of having gone to museums and classical ballet performances and symphonic music performances, many of which were free when I was growing up in Chicago, was that these experiences could transport you to places that you otherwise couldn't go. And so if I were standing in front of what is still one of my favorite paintings today by Seurat, looking at women dressed beautifully in a park in Paris, I think back on my 6-year-old self, and something must have resonated there. Later in life, that gave me, I think, the courage to try the unusual. I actually tried to be a ballet dancer, discovered I was really mediocre, and wound up going to Harvard Business School. When I got out of Harvard Business School, I went to Wall Street, and when I interviewed for one of my first jobs, I was told by a partner in a firm that the firm had never hired an African-American woman to do anything other than type. But it was much more difficult to have tried to do ballet, so I wasn't afraid of that. And I would tie that all back to sort of my early childhood experiences. What I spend my time doing today is I was, lucky in my career, and so I'm able to spend all of my time involved with the arts. We have a collection of abstract art. We consider ourselves to be mission-driven in that effort. We're trying to change the arc of art history for African-American artists who have been overlooked but deserving. Get as many experiences as you can. Go outside of your comfort zone. Go into places that are unconventional, that are not in your immediate sphere, and figure out what your passion is. Pursue that vigorously, and make your very best effort.